Welcome back, guys. This is my Xbox 360 collection. Well, the start of it. It'll be probably in 2 or 3 parts because I've got that many. And I'm sorry it's not in alphabetical order because I've got that many to get out. But I'll start with this one anyway. Oblivion. One game I've put many hours into. Bethesda's my favourite game company. And this one is, well, it's a good introduction to RPG games if you're into that sort of open world. I've also got the Game of the Year edition of it. Pretty much the same as the standard edition, but what can you say? If you can get it cheap with all the DLC, definitely worth it. That brings me on to this. Skyrim, everybody loves it. I've got the special edition on the Xbox One with all the DLC, which I've not really played much of. But this version, I've put hundreds of hours into this. Finished this one. Skyrim, well, it's a lot of people among the favourite games of all time. But I definitely recommend it. The Elder Scrolls games are great, but in my opinion, the Fallout games are a little bit better. I like the world and setting better in these. New Vegas is another game I've put hundreds of hours into. I don't quite like it as much as 3 and 4, but it's right up there still amongst my favourite games of all time. I've played this standard edition loads, to be honest, same as number 3 and like I said in number 4. But yeah, great game. I bought the Ultimate Edition with all the DLC because I've never played the DLC for New Vegas and I still haven't. I do plan to, now it's backwards compatible, but yeah, I've just not got around to playing the DLC on it yet. Now this is borderline my favourite game of all time. This game got me really not just into Bethesda but into RPG games in general. Absolutely loved Fallout 3. The setting was amazing, the story was amazing. I must have put 300 hours into this game alone. Absolutely loved it. You just get obsessed with it. That is one add-on for it. The Pit and Operation Anchorage. 2 good add-ons really. Anchorage was a little bit boring and the Pit was alright but a bit glitchy. But yeah, I got that one with that. And then I bought that one separate. These are probably the 2 best add-ons you can get for Fallout 3. Broken Steel and Point Lookout. Both them add-ons were amazing. I'd definitely recommend that. I got Mothership Zeta digitally, but I wasn't that keen really on that one. I ended up getting the Game of the Year edition with them all on. Definitely the best version of it. I've got them both installed on my Xbox One, along with all the Fallout games. But still my favourite of all time is number 3, without a doubt. And then I'd say 4, and then New Vegas, and then 76 probably, out of the newer ones anyway. Grand Theft Auto 4. Played it a lot. Not as good as number 5 in my opinion. The characters were good in that and the setting, but I couldn't get into it the same as I could with number 5. But I'd still recommend it. It's GTA. It's going to be fun. Open world. I got episodes from Liberty City. Not really played a great deal of this. I got it pretty cheap, like £6. But I can't really comment too much about that one as I've not put much time into either of the episodes on that. GTA 5. Again, I've got this on the Xbox One, which is the better version. But I've spent most time on this version. I've finished the story on this version. Got all the collectibles, everything. Played a bit of online, but we played the online on the Xbox One version a lot more than this, but this is the one I spent the most time on out of the 2. Prototype, a great open world game. I probably got halfway through it and give up because I've got that much to play and that many games to play. I just didn't get a chance to finish this game or the second one, which is here, Prototype 2. I don't know which I prefer out of the 2. I really like them both. The characters and that are interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I'd need to really spend more time on these and go back playing them, because I did enjoy what I played of them. I probably got halfway through both of them and then just got distracted with something else. First Saints Row game. What can I say? When you can get it for a few quid, you might as well pick it up. But really, really good game. My favourites, I'll get to that in a minute, but I've played a few hours of this one, but got it late really. This one and number 3 I've spent the most time on. I'd definitely recommend that. Spent a lot of time going around capturing the headquarters and things on this one. Really fun, open world if you're into all that gang sort of things, but really fun. This, the Saints Row the third, this and the second one are my favourites. I like it how it's on the ground and fun and wacky, and you can just do mad stuff on it. It's like a funner version of GTA. Everybody says that. I preferred that to this actually, Saints Row 4. I thought this was a bit futuristic here. Good game, and I'd definitely recommend it, but it's a little bit too much, too wacky for me. I preferred 3 and 2. They were just good old-fashioned gang games. Call of Duty 2. Old Call of Duty. Still fun though. Very fun game. I've not finished the story. Actually, no, I tell a lie. I have finished the story on this one. I went all the way through the campaign, finished it. Yeah, I thought it was very good. Old school Call of Duty. I've not finished this one. Call of Duty 3. I think it's as good as number 2. But I do prefer the newer Call of Duties. But I'd still recommend it if you're into the old war, old guns and that. Definitely. Modern Warfare. This is another one. I've got the remastered version on the Xbox One. But this is the one I spent the most time in. Just messing about with your friends and stuff on multiplayer split screen was amazing. And I've been through the campaign multiple times on this and the remastered version. It's one of the best CODs you can get, that one. This, Call of Duty World at War, this is one of my favourite Call of Duties. A lot of people didn't think it was as good as Modern Warfare, but I love the setting and the creepy maps and things like that. And again, the split screen with your friends was awesome on this one. The maps were really, really, I don't know, it just had a really creepy vibe to it, that one. Modern Warfare 2, another game I've put many, many hours into. When I used to go queuing up at midnight launches for Call of Duty, this was one of them. Modern Warfare 2, it's due a remaster anytime I think, but I definitely recommend this one as well if you haven't played it. Most people have. Black Ops, this and Black Ops 2 are my favourite Call of Duties of all time. This one just had it all. It had a really good multiplayer. The zombies were really good. The story was pretty good as well. This one's just got it all. I'd probably say this one's my favourite Call of Duty game. Modern Warfare 3. Another good game. Probably my least favourite out of the Modern Warfare games, but the survival mode on it was brilliant. Split screen again with your friends, you could have loads of fun on that, on this one. And the story mode had a really, really satisfying ending on it, so that was a bonus. Black Ops 3. Probably my second favourite Call of Duty game of all time, behind Black Ops 1. It had it all again, really good maps, good zombies. Yeah, this one. Definitely good. Ghosts, good game. I think it got a lot of flack really, but I like it. It's a good game. It's none of that jumpy around stuff, so it's pretty solid. Good guns and good maps on it. Now, Advanced Warfare. I really enjoyed the game. Put a lot of time into it, but I'm just not a big fan of the jumping around Call of Duties. So for me, this one was a bit of a downstep after the other ones. But still a good game though. It's still one that you've got to have in your collection. Halo 3. Probably my favourite Halo game of all time. Finished it multiple times, and it was a cracking story on this one. I'd still say it's my favourite Halo of all time, including the older and newer ones. I really, really like this one. Halo 4, solid game, good game, yeah. It is a good Halo game, it's just not my favourite one. But it's still one that you've got to play if you're a Halo fan. Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. To be honest, I think this is the only Halo game I've never finished, and I've pretty much got them all, except for the Master Chief Collection. But this is the only one that I've never finished, because I've finished the original Halo, but not this remastered version. But the original Halo is a really good game. Good game, I enjoyed this. Halo Reach. Even though there were no Master Chief in it, it's still a good game. I like the storyline involving the other Spartans. But yeah, solid game, that one. This is a dual part. I'm only showing it because it's got Halo 3 ODST on, which, in my opinion, is one of the weaker Halos, apart from the firefight mode, which I had a lot of fun with. Spent many hours in split screen on firefight mode, but the campaign's very dark and dingy. One of my least favourite Halos, I'd say, out of all of them. Assassin's Creed. I'm not a massive Assassin's Creed fan anymore. I went off them after Black Flag. But this one's okay. It got a little boring and repetitive, to be honest, for me. A lot of eavesdropping and things like that. But it's still an alright game to say it's been out a long time. This is probably my favourite Assassin's Creed. A lot of people say that. But I finished it and I enjoyed it. I spent time collecting on it and things, collecting things. The setting was really, really good. Yeah, I'd say this and Black Flag are my favourite Assassin's Creed you can get. Definitely a good entry, this one. A lot better than the first one. Assassin's Creed 3. I like it. It took too long for me to get into it at the beginning. The story takes ages to get into. My son likes this one more than I do. But yeah, it's not as good as 2 and Black Flag, but definitely worth a playthrough. Speaking of Black Flag, I've got this again on the Xbox One digitally. But this is probably the version, again, I played the most on. This is probably... This and 2 are my favourite 2 without a doubt. I couldn't pick one because I just like the pirate setting of this one. But I definitely recommend it. It was definitely more varied, this one. Guitar Hero. I'm going to show a few Guitar Hero games now. I don't play these anymore, but I used to really, really enjoy playing these. Yeah, Guitar Hero 2. Not a bad game. Not as good as, I'll show you some of the others now. Guitar Hero 3. This was really good. If I can remember, it's got the Disturbed song on it, Stricken. Yeah, which I really liked on this one. Guitar Hero World Tour. Yeah, another fun game. Varied songs. Not as good as Legends of Rock in my opinion, but definitely worth a play if you're into Guitar Hero. It had quite a lot of songs to choose from. This is my favourite Guitar Hero of all time, Metallica. Metallica's my favourite band of all time. Definitely recommend this one if you're going to get a Guitar Hero game anyway. Aerosmith. Didn't play loads of this. I'm not a massive Aerosmith fan, but just got it because it was cheap and I wanted to... Well, yeah, it was fairly cheap. I think I paid a couple of quid for it. I just wanted to collect the Guitar Heroes at the time. Number 5. This one's not one of my favourite Guitar Heroes, but again, I got it fairly cheap as I was collecting them. This and Metallica are my favourites. Warriors of Rock. I got this with a new guitar at the time. Plus I downloaded Disturbed songs as DLC on it, so yeah. A good game. This and Metallica are my favourites. Family Guy, Back to the Multiverse. Yeah, paid about 15 quid for that. Many hours of fun on this. Especially when I've been playing it with my son and that. The Multiverse Madness mode's amazing. It's funny if you like Family Guy. I'd recommend this, and you can never seem to get them that cheap, these ones, anymore. So, things with Family Guy name on. Far Cry 3. Even though Far Cry 5 and 4 and Primal are a lot newer, this one and number 5 are my favourites. This one I've spent that much time on. I went round and got all the collectibles, everything on this game. I enjoyed it that much. Far Cry 2, what can I say? I got it for $1.99 with the map and everything. I've not played a great deal of this one, but from what I have played, I don't like it as much as some of the newer ones. Minecraft, what can I say? My son plays it a lot more than I do. We've got the Xbox One version as well. But yeah, Minecraft don't need any explaining. Everybody knows about that. Red Dead Redemption, great game. Finished it all the way to the end. One of my favourite games of all time. I've got number 2, which I got at launch, but I've not quite finished it. I got sidetracked, but number 1, brilliant game. Spent hours and hours in that. In fact, I went and bought this, which I installed. I didn't like this as much as the original Red Dead Redemption game, but if you're into zombies, it's worth a playthrough. But yeah, the normal Red Dead Redemption for me is better. Shadowrun. This is a good little game. It was, from what I can remember, it were like cross-platform as well with PC users. It's like a multiplayer, sort of with orcs and elves and humans and dwarves sort of thing. But yeah, that's a fun game if you can get it cheap. Dead Rising. Old game now, but still a fun game. I've had it ages, this, but it's not my favourite zombie game of all time. But I liked it. It's just open world and you could cause mayhem. Dead Rising 2 is a good game, but it annoyed me how you had to chase around getting the Zombrex on this, and you was under pressure on it to get the stuff in a certain amount of time. That bugged me a bit with this one. That's why I sort of preferred the first one to this one. Madden 10 is just an American football game I got for £1. I'm not really into Madden, but I just picked it up because it was cheap. I am into darts, PDC World Championship darts. This one's pretty good. It's old now, but yeah, I got it for £2.50. This is a better version. PDC World Championship Darts Pro. So if you're a big darts fan like me, this is about the best game you can get. The controls are a bit clunky though, but yeah, if you're into darts. Escape from Dead Island. Good little game. It got really panned by the reviewers, by the critics, but it's nowhere near as good as the other Dead Island games, but it went down in price. If you can get it cheap, it's worth a playthrough, but it's just different to the other Dead Islands. Alien vs Predator. This was a fun game. The Marine campaign had you on the edge of your seat because you felt quite vulnerable. But it was a pretty good game. Finished this one. All 3 campaigns. The Predator's my favourite. This is Alien Isolation. I've got the Alien Isolation on the Xbox One with all the DLC. I bought that on sale on the marketplace, but it's one of them games that you can only play so long because it's jumpy as hell playing this game. It is quite scary. Crackdown 2. What can I say? £1.50. I've had Crackdown 1 a long time. I only bought this one to complete the Crackdown collection, but I'm not going to bother getting 3 because of the reviews. But I prefer the first one to this one. Brothers in Arms, Hell's Highway. Again, I only got it because I've got the regular version, but I wanted the nice steel tin for £3. So the normal Brothers in Hell's Highway, I've got over halfway in the story. I liked it, but just give up playing it. SmackDown vs Raw 2007. Good game. Not bad. It's one of the older wrestling games. I went through a wrestling phase trying to collect them all. FIFA Street. Me and my son spent tons and tons of time playing this, beating each other. Winner stays on. I usually won most, but because I'm pretty good at FIFA games. But yeah, Deadfall Adventures. This was another one of them games I just bought because it were there, and I liked the look of it, but never really got round to playing much of it. But I believe it's backwards compatible now, so one day I might stick it in and install it on the Xbox One. Orange Box, Half-Life. Spent many hours playing this, all the different games. The Half-Life and Team Fortress 2 are my favourites out of the collection, but one of the best sets you can buy, that. Halo Wars. My son plays this more than I do. We've got Halo Wars 2 as well on the Xbox One. I'm not a massive fan of real-time strategy games, but he seems to really like them. It's Halo Universe, but for me it's not as good as normal Halo games. So, if you're into the movies, it's not a bad game actually. Going around trying to figure your way out and avoiding traps, and yeah, it's not a bad little game. I went through a phase of wanting the movie tie-in games, so I got Saw and Saw 2, just so I'd have them both. They're both similar. I've only played a bit of both of them, and then I give up playing them really when I made them to Xbox One. SmackDown vs Raw 2011. This is the Hitman edition with the DVD. I got it because it was $3.50, and like I say, I was collecting the old wrestling games, but not a bad game. And then SmackDown vs Raw 2008. This and 2007, I bought them for the General Manager modes, which were good. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, and soon I'll do a part 2 and a part 3, seeing as I've got that many games. I'm going to have to put all the rest of them, and sorry again they're not in alphabetical order. Thanks for watching. I'll put part 2 on soon. Thank you.